It's now 6 p.m. I'd like to call to order the Regional Planning Commission business meeting for Thursday, October the 10th. And I'll ask Denise to lead us in the pledge, please. Thank you, Denise. And I'd ask if you have a cell phone or other kind of electronic device that you either turn it off or put it on vibrate so it won't disrupt our meeting tonight. We'll now get into a roll call and determination of quorum. And that'll be Sarah.
Mr. Peterman?
Present.
Mr. Servan?
Present.
Mrs. Karcher? Here. Mr. Galvery?
Here.
Mr. Mills?
Here.
Mr. Davis? Is absent. Mr. Jester?
Here.
So you do have 6 present, you do have a quorum.
Thank you very much. You also have an agenda for tonight's meeting in front of you. I'd ask if there's no changes that we have a motion to approve in a second.
So moved.
Okay.
I have a motion and a second. Sarah, call the commission.
Mr. Peterman?
Yes to approve.
Mr. Servan?
Yes to approve.
Mrs. Karcher?
Yes to approve.
Mr. Galvery?
Yes to approve.
Mr. Mills?
Yes to approve.
Mr. Jester?
Yes to approve.
Sir, you have 6 yeas in favor of approving tonight's agenda.
Thank you. It looks like the minutes have not been drafted, so we won't be bringing them up tonight.
Next month.
Next, you see on the agenda the levy court action and commission recommendations. If you have any questions about that or any further comment on it, see staff. We'll now get into tonight's business meeting. First on the agenda is C-24-04 Tower Company. Requests conditional use approval of a telecommunications tower located outside the growth zone overlay district. We had quite a discussion on that, for and against, and the company itself actually sent that they were going to go by all the recommendations that we had requested for. So having said that, I'll turn it over to commissioners. Would somebody like to make a motion for this particular project? Mr. Galvery?
I move that the Regional Planning Commission recommend conditional approval of application C-24-04, a telecommunications tower located outside the growth zone overlay district. This is based on Exhibit A, staff recommendations report dated September 5, 2024. Exhibit B, public hearing testimony dated October 4, 2024, and findings of fact that A, the subject site is zoned AR, agricultural residential, and subchapter 205-53 permits telecommunications towers as a conditional use. B, the location is appropriate and not in conflict with the comprehensive plan. C, the public health, safety, and general welfare will not be adversely affected. D, the plan complies with the conditions of subchapter 205-73.L1. Pursuant to Chapter 187 and 205 of the King County Code and pursuant to 9 Delaware Code, subchapter 4802 and 4811, the Commission has reviewed the application and the September 5, 2024 staff recommendation report, and furthermore, as part of this approval, the applicant shall comply with all staff and agency requirements as described in the September 5, 2024 staff recommendation report, including but not limited to the following conditions. A, the project, A, to protect single-family character of the surrounding area and reduce negative impact to wildlife. Any artificial lighting around the compound shall be designed so that lamps and reflectors have cutoff shields and use down lighting so that direct lighting does not illuminate the nighttime sky and is not visible from beyond the project site. All lighting shall be of minimal necessary brightness, consistent with the operation, safety, and security, and should have automatic controls such as timers, photosensors, or motion detectors. B, tree clearing shall be limited only to the extent required to install the infrastructure. C, to reduce impact on nesting birds and other wildlife species that utilize forests for breeding, tree clearing shall not occur from April 1st to July 31st. D, radio frequency testing shall be conducted immediately following the installation and annually thereafter to demonstrate compliance with FCC standards for electromagnetic exposure.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Sarah, call the commission.
Mr. Peterman?
Yes, to approve.
Mr. Servon?
Well, first I want to say that I'm a little conflicted that with an investment this large, the company hasn't taken into account the local owner's view of the land around their farm, so I'm going to vote no.
Mrs. Karcher?
Yes.
Mr. Galvry?
Yes to approve.
Mr. Mills?
Yes, to approve.
Mr. Jester?
Yes to approve.
So you have 5 yeas, 1 nay, in favor of recommending conditional approval of application C-2404.
And I'd like the record to show we thank the company and we thank for all the testimony we have and thank for the letter that they sent us for this meeting tonight. Also, good luck with your project. Next on the agenda, number 2 tonight is CS-24-04, Cavalo Farm LLC, requests conditional use site plan approval of a farm winery, brewery, or distillery with accessory gift shop, meeting hall, retail sales, and tasting facility located outside the growth zone overlay district. Once again, they did a great testimony last week, so I'll turn it over to commissioners. Mr. Mills, would you like to make this particular one?
I move the Regional Planning Commission recommend conditional approval of application CS-24-04, a farm, winery, brewery, or distillery with accessory gift shop, meeting hall, retail sales, and tasting facilities located outside the growth zone overlay district. This is based on Exhibit A, staff recommendation report dated October the 4th, 2024. Exhibit B, public hearing testimony dated October 4th, 2024, and the findings of the fact that A, the subject site is Zone AR Agriculture Residential, subsection 205-53 permits farm wineries as a conditional use. B, the location is appropriate and not in conflict with the comprehensive plan. C, the public health, safety, and general welfare will not be adversely affected. D, the plan complies with the conditions of subsection 205-67.K.
I have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Sarah, call the commission.
Mr. Peterman?
Yes, to approve.
Mr. Servon?
Yes to approve.
Mrs. Karcher?
Yes.
Mr. Galvry?
Yes to approve.
Mr. Mills?
Yes, to approve.
Mr. Jester?
Yes to approve.
So you have 6 yeas in favor of recommending conditional approval of application CS-2404.
Thank you, and thank you for the presentation, and good luck with your project. Our fourth and final thing on the business meeting tonight is CZ-24-10, LC-24-28, Magnolia Volunteer Fire Company, Inc., request to amend the zoning map from AC, Agriculture Conservation, Low Density Residential, and BN, Neighborhood Business, Neighborhood Commercial, to BG, General Business, Highway Commercial, located inside the Growth Zone Overlay District. They did a fine presentation. I don't think there was any questions about it. And I'll turn it over to commissioners. Somebody like to make this motion? Mr. Peterman?
I move that the Regional Planning Commission recommend approval of ordinance LC 24-28, amending the zoning map from AC, Agriculture Conservation, Low Density Residential, and BN, Neighborhood Business, Neighborhood Commercial, to BG, General Business, Highway Commercial, located inside the Growth Zone Overlay District. This is based on Exhibit A, staff recommendation reported dated October 4th, 2024. Exhibit B, public hearing testimony dated October 4th, 2024, and the findings of the fact that A, the relatively small size of the parcel would be limited to intensity of commercial development. B, the parcel is located in investment level 2 in the 2020 strategies for the state policy and spending.
Now, I have a motion on the floor.
Second.
Do I have a second? Denise?
Second.
Thank you. I have a motion and a second. Sarah, call the commission.
Mr. Peterman?
Yes to approve.
Mr. Servon?
Well, I'm concerned that this rezoning can result in the parcel being quickly sold and something unintended be built on it, so I'm not in favor. I vote no.
Mrs. Karcher?
Yes to approve.
Mr. Galvary?
Yes to approve.
Mr. Mills?
Yes to approve.
Mr. Jester?
Yes to approve.
So you have 5 yeas, 1 nay in favor of recommending approval of ordinance LC 2428.
Thank you very much for your presentation, and good luck with your project. Down to any public comment? Any of the public like to speak? Seeing none, I'll go to commission comment. Any commissioners like to speak? Once again, I welcome our new attorney. Appreciate all of her advice last week. I know I put her in some difficult situations, but thank you for helping us. Any commission comment? Seeing none, other business? Having none, I'll then entertain a motion and a second to adjourn.
Move to adjourn.
Second.
Second.
I have a motion and a second. Sarah, call the commission.
Mr. Peterman?
Yes to adjourn.
Mr. Servon?
Yes to adjourn.
Mrs. Karcher?
Yes to adjourn.
Mr. Galvary?
Yes to adjourn.
Mr. Mills?
Yes to adjourn.
Mr. Jester?
Yes to adjourn, and thank you all for coming.